Drop it.
What's going on, guys? The CTA Prime back here again. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Insignia Fire TV Edition. Now this is the 32-inch version. They're on sale as of making this video on Amazon and Best Buy for $99. The resolution on this is only 720p, but I think it's well worth $99 if you need an extra TV for a guest room, your kid's room, the garage, your basement, or even an arcade cabinet. Now that's the main reason I bought this, but since I have it in my possession, I figured I'd take a look at the features and see how it performs. The regular price on this is around $150 to $170 on Amazon or Best Buy, but like I mentioned, as of making this video, you can pick one up for $99 with Prime shipping. I will leave links in the description to Amazon and Best Buy. If you have a local Best Buy, they may have some in stock and you can pick one up today. Inside of the box, you get the feet, some instructions, and the Alexa-enabled remote. So this is a voice remote. This is the Insignia version, but it looks exactly the same as the Toshiba. As for connections, we have one 3.5mm audio out, optical audio out, one USB 2.0 port, and three HDMI in ports. Moving around back, we do have Ethernet, but this is only running at 10x100, composite video in, or RCA, whatever you want to call it, and we also have a coaxial or the old school cable antenna in. So I've been testing a lot of things with this TV, and yes, you can use USB ports to expand the storage in the operating system, and you can also use a USB adapter so you can add more ports to the single USB 2.0 on the side. The TV also has Bluetooth 4.0 built in, so I was able to connect my Bluetooth Xbox One S controller and a PS4 controller. So basically what we have here is a lower end Android TV box built in with a screen. For the CPU, we have the Amlogic T950Y. This is a quad-core CPU at 1.5 GHz, 1 GB of DDR4 RAM. I wish they would have added at least 1.5 GB of RAM to this unit, or even 2, because we are going to struggle with native Android games on this unit. But there's a ton of stuff that's going to work here. It has 8 GB of built-in storage, but like I said, you can expand this with a USB drive. The screen is 31.5 inches, 720p, 60 Hz. The Wi-Fi chip built into this unit is actually pretty good. It's 802.11 ABGN and AC, so we can pick up that 2.4 or 5 GHz network. Bluetooth 4.0, Ethernet 10x100. I think that the Wi-Fi on this is going to be faster than the Ethernet as long as you have a good connection. 3 HDMI ports, composite audio video in, and coaxial. We also have that one USB 2.0 port. For what we're getting here, personally, I think this is an awesome deal if you can pick one up for $99 and you need an extra television. Now, it's only 720p, so you're gonna have to get over 1080p or 4K, but at $99, you really can't ask for more. So here it is. The remote works awesome. If you've ever used the Amazon Fire Stick, you're gonna be very familiar with it. It does have that voice search functionality on it. And as you can see, I was able to connect my Xbox One S Bluetooth controller here. I also have two USB sticks plugged in using a 4-port adapter. One is working as external storage so I can sideload games and apps and things like that, and one is working as internal. And I'm able to install apps from the App Store to the one I have working as internal. We're going to go into the app section. There's a little USB drive beside it, so that's on my USB drive. Now you'll see that PUBG is installed, but it's just not going to work well on here. I was able to get it to boot up one time, but it kept crashing on me. So PUBG is a no-go on a system like this, mainly because we only have 1 GB of RAM. Open up IDA64, we can see we only have that 1 GB, but it is DDR4. We only have 217 available right now. The Amlogic 905Y at 1.5 GHz. This is a quad-core CPU, along with that Mali 450 MP GPU, but it only does OpenGL ES 2.0. This TV contains an older chipset, but it's great for video playback, retro gaming, and even Steam streaming. I did run a couple of benchmarks. First up, we have Geekbench. For the single core, we scored a 652. For multi-core, 1900. I did run this a few times, and to put this into perspective for you, the Fire TV Pendant that came out in 2018 scored a 667, multi-core 1875. The TV I'm reviewing now and the Fire TV Pendant are using the same chipset. For 3D Mark's Ice Storm Extreme, we scored a 4,613, very low on the scale. This unit isn't going to perform that well with native Android games like PUBG and Asphalt. Now you could run Asphalt, but it might be a little bit choppy. Things like Crossy Road and stuff like that's going to work fine. As for video playback, this thing is awesome. We got Netflix, Prime Video, IMDb Free Drive, HBO, Hulu. All the great apps are available on the Amazon App Store, and you're going to be able to stream your favorite movies and TV shows to this thing. You could even install Kodi and throw a build in there if you want to. But one thing a lot of my viewers like to see are retro games or emulation on a setup like this. And yes, you can install RetroArch, and it does work pretty well. Don't expect to play N64 or PSP on something like this, but there are thousands of retro games that are going to work, including PS1 games. And by the way, I am using the Xbox One S controller connected over Bluetooth. Through this whole video, you might have seen a little bit of banding with the television. You won't see that in real life. That's from the camera recording the screen, like you can see it at the top right now. But here's Bloody Roar 2 running in PC SX Rearm through RetroArch. I do have the FPS listed in the lower left-hand corner. We get pretty good performance. I don't even have the BIOS installed right now. I tested out some PC Engine and Super Graphics games. They work fine on here. Super Nintendo, another console that's going to work great on this TV. And finally, Sega Genesis. So there are tons of different systems that are going to work at full speed on this setup, and there's even more than I showed you here. There's just really too many to list. If you want to do some MAME, some Final Burn Alpha, Neo Geo, all that stuff's going to work fine. Since we do have access to external storage, all of these games are running from a 32GB USB 3.0 drive plugged into that little adapter. So I have 4 extra ports now with the 4-port adapter. And if you don't like the XMB theme for RetroArch, you can always use the Ozone theme. I've done videos on how to set up RetroArch, how to get to the Ozone theme. I have tons of different tutorials on setting this stuff up on other Fire devices. It's going to work the same way on this television. You're probably going to want to install a third-party app store because the Amazon App Store is kind of lacking on these TVs. But Aptoide TV works great. I also have a tutorial on setting this up. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I chose this for a new arcade cabinet that I have going together, and one of the coolest apps that I'm going to be using here is Steam Link. Now, I'm not going to be using it for my retro games, but if I want to play some games from my PC, it's going to work great here over Wi-Fi or Ethernet. So I already have my gaming PC set up. I have paired this. We're just going to connect to that PC, and I'm going to stream GTA 5 to this Fire television. Now, it's only running at 720p, but I still think it looks great. It's going to take a second to load, so I'm going to skip right into it. And here it is, GTA 5 60 FPS streaming from my gaming PC to this television using the Steam Link app. And I'm still using the Xbox One S controller connected to the television, and in turn using the Steam Link app to control everything from my PC. What you see now on screen is all over Wi-Fi. So as you can see, Steam Link works great on this TV. For me, personally, that's worth $99. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really appreciate you watching. If you're looking for a small TV for a guest room, your garage, or even just to mess around with, this is a perfect setup as long as you can pick it up for $99. Today is March 29th, 2019. They are still on sale on Amazon and Best Buy. Links are in the description. I'd really...
Yo, what is up, guys? It is CRPHD back with another video, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a product that you probably have sitting in your house right now. This is a smart TV, but it's not just any smart TV. This is a Roku TV made by TCL. Now, this is not really a full review. This is more of a quick look and as well as an unboxing of this TV, but I will be using this TV over the next couple of weeks or so to get my full review going, so be on the lookout for that. Now, in the box is nothing special. We pretty much have the TV itself in some pretty nice packaging. And as well as the TV will come with some accessories such as a remote, 2 stands, and some screws to mount those stands onto the TV, as well as a quick start guide. Now, the whole setup process for this TV was fairly simple. The screws that I was telling you about, all you have to do is screw the legs with the screws onto the bottom of the TV, mount them on, and then you're pretty much good to go for the most part. This was by far the easiest part, and plugging up the TV. Now, once all of that is pretty much done and set aside, you're pretty much good to go. Now, after tinkering with the TV for a little bit, and as well as watching some YouTube videos, I gotta say, for this being a 720p panel, it really isn't that bad. Color accuracy is good, but on the box it actually says a so-called crisp. I think that's kind of pushing it a little bit. It's definitely decent, but this isn't really a TV that you would maybe want to be up close gaming and all that stuff with. But it does have fast streaming with 802.11 Wi-Fi, a simple intuitive interface, and as well as this TV is ready for cable, satellite, antenna, and streaming. It has all the features decked out, everything you could need in a smart TV. Now, if binge watching YouTube isn't your thing, you still have thousands and hundreds of movies and titles on this TV, such as Hulu, Netflix, Stars, HBO Now, and everything else. Now, this TV does have a 60 Hz refresh rate, so if you are a gamer like my little brother Brian playing Fortnite right now, this TV is actually going to take advantage of that 60 Hz refresh rate. So that is, oh, my bad. Get him, Brian. So I guess what I'm pretty much trying to say here is I really do like this TV. TCL has done a great job at getting it to the certain price point that it is, and it is cutting a little bit of corners. But for this TV, I gotta say this is just a great way to get some smart TV tech into your house. But I will be using this TV over the next couple of weeks or so, so definitely stay tuned for the review coming soon. I will talk to you guys in the next.
All right, guys, today we're talking the Toshiba Fire Edition 32-inch TV. This is a 720p, as you can see. A good little TV for under $200 that comes with the Fire TV built in. So if you're an Amazon streamer, this is going to be a great TV for you. Let's take a look at it. Let's do an unboxing of this real quick and see what it's all about. Okay, we got the top opened up. It looks like, what do we got here? Cord. Oh, looks like the stand. Sure, we'll say that's the stand. What else we got over here? The other side of the stand. All right, so we might have to do some mechanical work here and put the legs on. There's your changer. So it looks just, or remote, whatever you want to call it. That looks very similar to what the Fire Sticks look like, but it does have the Netflix, HBO, PlayStation View, Prime Video, HBO. Okay, so that's good. That'll be interesting to see how that works. All right, let's take this thing out of the box and see what it looks like. All right, here we are. We got it out of the box. Came with the manual, the cord. We're going to get this thing, put the handles on it, and we're going to get this thing set up and then turn it on. Let's take a look. Okay, guys, we got the TV set up. We got the legs on. Very easy to do. Let's turn this thing on. Easy as that. Turns right on. We're going to push continue to get set up with our Fire TV. It's going to scan for our network. So let's put our network in. Make sure you connect to the 5G. That's going to give you guys a whole lot better connection. If you don't have a 5G, you need to get one, I'm telling you. So, all right, I'm going to enter my password. I'm going to go ahead and push pause right now while I do that. All right, so now we're connecting to my network. Again, like I said, 5G is going to be the most important to be on for the quickest internet going through. If you're only on a 2G, or 2.4, it's definitely going to work, but you got to be on the fastest you can. So looks like we do have to do an update here, so it might just take just a minute. So I'll go ahead and pause the video again, come right back once it's loaded in. We can take a look at this, getting the Fire TV running. All right, so here we are. We got it all set up. It asked me to input my Amazon account. I obviously did that off screen for privacy reasons, but you can definitely see, you can select Netflix, Prime Video. We'll watch that in just a minute. Down here, if you want to hook up your Xbox or your cable box, whatever you want to do on here, you can easily plug that in here. And then down here, just if you're used to the Fire Stick, this is going to look exactly the same. And with that, you can set up your streaming services through your cable provider here if you want to use these apps. I usually just go with IPTV and what I use, and so I don't use any of these. I'll just download an app from the downloader and do that. So, but just for now, we're just going to click on a couple of these videos here so you guys can see that it works well. And so far, it's been really well done. I mean, it works great. So let's click in Prime Video, and let's just go to the first one here, and we're going to push Watch with Prime. Give it just a second to load up. There's a commercial.
I want to be the biggest thing out there.
All right, so we let that commercial play through. Here we are. The movie's going to start up in just a second. Push fast forward a little bit. Hold down the screen. Hold down the button, and it's scrolling. Push play. There we go. Can't watch too much of it for copyright reasons, obviously, but you get the point. The movie's there. The movie's playing well. All right, let's go out of that. Overall, I'm very impressed with this little TV, under $200. This one I think was from Best Buy. They got them on Amazon, I think, for right around $180 to $200. So definitely worth looking into if you guys are looking for a nice TV. You don't have to buy a Fire Stick or a Fire Cube or whatever you want to buy. That's going to save you $30-40. So, you know, you do the math. It's definitely makes the TV even a little bit cheaper if you don't have that. So, but overall, I mean, it's a well done little TV for what it is. So definitely would recommend it, guys. Go take a look. I'll link these for Best Buy and Amazon in the description there. But I think you guys will be impressed with it. We're going to put my Xbox on here now and see what it looks like. All right, so here we are. We got the Xbox hooked up. Let's go ahead and push the HDMI 1, and it pulls us right into our Fortnite. So let's watch this load up here, guys. The quality is really well. I mean, even though it's only 720, the 32 inches is not going to make any difference really on a 1080p. I mean, the TV's not huge. If you had a 720 on a 65-inch, yeah, it's definitely noticeable. But 32 inches versus 720 and 1080p, there's not going to be a lot of a difference in that. So I think you wouldn't see that. So, I mean, for under $200, you get a Fire Stick in it, built into it, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely one it's nice. I'm not going to lie. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at this and buying it. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you checking this out. Let's just jump in here. Once this loads up, I'm going to play it for just a minute so you guys can see it. And again, it's obviously coming through my camera, so the quality's not going to show perfect, but you'll be able to see that it plays well. All right, here we are. Fortnite loaded up nice and quick. It's running well, so anything with your HDMI is going to work fine. So let's turn up the sound. You guys can hear this. We've got it barely turned up right now. 9. Somebody's coming. Got him. That's how you kill him right there. All right, guys, just saw his first kill on Fortnite right after we landed. All right, guys, anyway, sound's up. And that's 73, and it's way loud in my room. All right. There you go. Guys, good TV, good Amazon Fire Stick. Go check it out. I think it's worth it. If you're looking for a nice TV, it's a good gaming one, too. Like I said, the quality looks awesome on here. I've got a 720 old TV upstairs. It's like 10, 12 years old, and this thing's blown it out of the water with quality. So, way better. Way improvement. So, go check it out, guys. It's been a good one. Hopefully, this is a good review. Let me know what you think of this. If you got a